Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Inside the Lunchbox with your boy, Chef Mac. Hey, I got a surprise for you guys today. I got a really, really big surprise. Good friend of mine is going to help us out. Not actually help us out. She's going to be a great part of the show. Chef Jam. She's a veteran. You know what? I'm just going to let her introduce herself. Say hi, Chef Jam.
Hello.
Hey, how's everything going?
Good. How are you?
I'm tired, man. Been working out in the heat and everything.
Oh yeah, man. This heat's been something else this year.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Chef.
Well, yes, I'm an Army veteran. I went in the military in 2003, and one of my job options was culinary. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was trying to stay on the safe side so I wouldn't get deployed, so I wound up picking that. Because I didn't think I'd wind up deploying.
So the funny thing about it, like when I went into the military, I chose my post, which was Fort Hood, Texas. So I already knew I was going to get deployed.
Oh wow.
So I started thinking, like, is there cooks in overseas? Like, what do we do over there? So. But yeah, so that's funny. That's funny that you said that, because I was thinking the same thing.
Well, so as soon as I get to my duty station after basic and AIT and all that, I actually, the unit that I went to in Germany, it's the Big Red One, and they already had orders to go to Iraq when I got there.
As soon as
I got there, so I was getting normal gear going into a unit, and then I was also getting issued stuff to get ready to deploy.
So did you get to? So when you were deployed, did you cook while you were over there?
Negative. I did not cook at all.
That's
in
funny
Iraq.
because they did all that training on like the MKT. And,
yeah, never used it.
And never ever used it. Did you ever use the?
Even though I always thought it was cool, though, and if you think about it, the MKT was the start of food trucks.
The startup. So
I'm sure that's where they got the idea from.
So there's a website which I thought about. There's a website you could go and they auction off MKTs.
What?
So I thought about getting an MKT and like starting a barbecue
that
joint.
Would be
with
really cool. That would be really cool.
And they're not expensive. Like you get the whole setup with with all the fixings. I think it was like $10,000.
Wow.
But okay, go ahead with your introduction. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're all good. So yeah, I started cooking for the military. That was my first cook job officially, but I didn't really get to get into it until Germany after our deployment, when we were back in garrison, and it was just something that I clicked at really, really well. I moved up fast, and I had a strong passion for it. I loved training the new soldiers coming in and showing them different stuff. So I wound up getting out of the military after my deployment and getting back to Germany. I decided I didn't want to go back, so I wound up getting out, and I stayed with cooking for years. And I wound up finally using my GI Bill, and I wound up going to a school here in Houston, Texas called La Note. It's a French culinary school here, which you actually went to as well.
Yes, I did go to La Note. So we have a lot of things in common, guys. It's crazy. I went to La Note. She went to La Note.
It's almost like we were meant to be.
Exactly. This is predestined. So I went to La Note. She went to La Note. We both 92 golfs in the military, which is food service.
Yep.
And it's just crazy. So how was your experience in La Note?
It was good. The French chefs were a trip.
Yeah, those guys, man. Oh God, you talking about? It's like the only word they knew in English was cuss words, and they would just go on and on and on with those cuss words.
Let me see if I can do it. Does this remind you of anyone? What the fuck are you doing?
That's Chef Pascal. Chef Pascal. Yeah. So that guy, man, he used to always drill in us the mental mise en place. He was a really good guy. I'm not gonna lie. He actually made me who I am, because far as always looking ahead, and planning ahead. Even though I really didn't be in the restaurant field as long as you, but he's definitely instilled in me that if you're cooking on Wednesday, you need to be worried about what you're cooking next Wednesday. But yeah, so go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, I agree with everything he said about Chef Pascal. He was a good one. Had a lot of passion. I wound up working with his son.
Oh wow!
At
Okay.
Bentwater Country Club. He was the baker there at Bentwater, so I wound up working with him for a little while. He looks almost just like a little mini version of him.
Oh wow, that's scary. That is really really scary.
So, anyways, after culinary school, I was working at the Houston Country Club while I was still going to culinary school, and I've just stayed with the industry from country club to country club, or the Four Seasons and Margaritaville, and now then I went to a nursing home to kind of get out of the industry for a while because it can wear you down.
Yeah.
And then I just recently got back into it at a restaurant that just opened up, so I'm banging out the expo and just love it. It's just in me.
Yeah.
It's just in me.
So, I know I gave a little history about me, my experience in cooking in the military. Like I was telling Chef Jam that, they kind of made me hate it. So I kind of didn't take that route when I got out the military.
Yeah.
I went a different route, but the love slowly came back. And now I don't like being in the kitchen, but I love to cook, and I love to cook for me and my kids, and just the passion of cooking. Like, I think the restaurant kind of wear you down and take the passion out of cooking. So, well, everybody, that's Chef Jam, and she's gonna be here to stay. She's a great person, Army vet.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool people.
So are you.
I try to be. We got a lot in common, so hopefully with our knowledge combined together, we could help you guys. You guys have any questions for us? We would do our best to answer it, and if we don't know the answer to it, we'll look it up. You have recipes, you could send us recipes. I would like for us to eventually, maybe once a month or whenever we can, take those recipes that you guys send us and maybe do a video and cook the video, and then we could give you a review on your recipe.
Right. We
So-
could also put recipes out there too, and maybe take some. Can we do like video calls in or?
Yeah, we can. I could actually set up to where if somebody did call in, they could call in. If we're recording live, when we start doing our live podcast, we could actually have a person call in and say, "Hey, I'm at this restaurant. You should try this restaurant. I'm at this location, or hey, here, try this recipe."
Okay.
So we could definitely do that.
Or what about reviews too?
Right. So I'm working on reviews now, but I want somebody with me.
Okay.
So I was going to bring that up to you. I told my son once a week we'll go to a new restaurant, and we'll do a review at the new restaurant.
Oh, nice. You're gonna have to stop in the suburbs.
So that's the place that you're at, right?
Suburban Bar and Eatery just opened up in the Woodforest neighborhood.
So I definitely had to try that, but I don't want to do a review on it unless you're there.
Okay.
But you're cooking there too, so I don't know. I think that's gonna conflict of interest if I do a review.
Yeah.
But so today we're going to finish up our 5-part series on the mother sauces, and I know it's been a long time, and I've actually had some people at the VFW ask me, when am I going to finish up the 5-part series on Hollandaise? Well, to be honest with you, I was looking for a co-host, and I found one, and it was some other things that I need to bring in to the podcast to make it better, the experience better. I asked God to pretty much send me somebody that we could do this together, and lo and behold, 92 Golf, both of us, we both went to. You can't get no. You can't get.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. You can't get any perfect in that. So, I know. So today is Hollandaise. A lot of people is going to ask, what is a Hollandaise sauce? Well, if you ate or if you have tried Eggs Benedict, the creamy sauce that's on the Eggs Benedict is called Hollandaise. It's made with clarified butter. I've actually made it with just regular butter. Tastes a little different. But I've actually made it. I think it's a little harder to make.
I'm sure it's like harder to especially hold too.
Yeah, it's kind of harder to make. But I've done it with just regular butter, and I don't have the. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't have the time, but I'm not gonna sit up there and clarify butter just to make just to make Hollandaise. So I just use regular, but I don't look. If you're gonna make Hollandaise, do not go get some. What's that? Betty Crocker?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
don't get Betty Crocker. What do you think? Like,
I've never bought a Hollandaise, and I've never bought a Hollandaise from a store, but I did work at a place that had it, and it was almost too lemony.
they sell Hollandaise?
Yeah, they bought it in a bag, and I was like, why don't you just make it? Like, because they were starting out a brunch. I'm not gonna put the name out there, but they were starting
Hey,
out on
no,
brunches
this is
stuff.
what we're here for, to put their name out there. Like, so we're probably going to be the most viewed and most hated people out there, because I'm not going to lie to you. Like, so I did a review on the Stout House.
Oh man, that place is getting really kind of bad reviews.
Yeah,
I've seen
it was very bad experience.
I feel bad for him. That place has a lot of potential.
It does, and I'm not doing it. And the reviews is not to be, say, a butthole about it. You know, just hopefully they see it. It's like, hey, what can we do better? And when I was there, I actually asked for a comment card, and they didn't even give me a comment card. They didn't even have a comment card, and they was like, pretty much, what is a comment card? And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do. I guess I'm gonna have to do a review.
Dang.
So, but yeah. So, what is your experience with Hollandaise?
So I had never made it in my life. I'm not gonna be up here lying.
Yeah.
I had never made it in my life until I went to culinary school. And yeah, I don't really make it often. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But I've made it at places, and my experience with it is it's just a pain in the butt. But if you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah.
And it does look really nice. It's classy.
Yeah, I haven't made Hollandaise too much since I got out of culinary. I know for me it was one of the most difficult sauces to make. I think I made it one time for a girl, trying to show off. Hey, it worked out.
Did it work out?
It worked out great.
Okay.
Like she liked it. She came over for lunch for breakfast. Made her some eggs Benedict.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with some Hollandaise, like a breakfast for lunch.
Yeah, right.
Who likes breakfast for dinner? Me.
Right. Hey, I love breakfast for dinner, man. You can serve me breakfast for dinner every day of the week, and I'm perfectly okay with it. So, but yeah. So just to give you quick history.
Okay. So Hollandaise, it came from France. You know, the French people, their culinary is exquisite, but they couldn't produce their own butter during the First World War, so it was imported from Holland, and that's what led to it being known as a Hollandaise sauce.
So they got their butter. I wonder why
They got their butter from Holland for some reason.
Huh.
During the World War, I guess there was issues with probably importing or getting or something. Importing, exporting.
Now I do know that their butter is totally different from ours here. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about their butter, but oh my God. So I have a story to tell you. So when I graduated from Lenote, they had just started a new class, a new cuisine. And I don't know how this cuisine is going to work with French cooking, but I haven't been back to check. So they started a healthy cuisine.
Really?
With French cooking. All I know is that just for a croissant takes 16 ounces of butter. So I don't know how healthy. Yeah. I don't know how healthy.
Maybe it's.
I don't know how healthy that's going to be.
Maybe it's with a lot of vegetables.
So they did start their class. They were doing like a little test run, and one thing that they made was fried chicken.
Oh, what?
And they made fried chicken with pork skin. They grounded up the pork skin, and that became their crust. I ain't gonna lie, that was the best fried chicken I had in a long time.
Well, we did not do that when I was there, and I'm really disappointed.
They just started it while I was on my way out.
Wow.
And they asked me, they offered it to me if I wanted to take it for like a discounted price or whatever, and I'm like, no, I think I'll stick with the fattiness.
So they ground up pork skin.
Yeah.
Like chicharrones.
Yeah.
And then they coated chicken in it.
They coated chicken in it and they fried it.
What?
Love, it was good.
That's a game changer.
It was good.
I'm like hungry right now.
It was good. That was really so. I don't now. Wow. The only thing is, I don't know how they cooked it. I mean, of course they fried it, right? But what type of oil did they use? Did it burn fast? Did they have to cook it slow? Like, I don't. That's the only thing. So, but the way that they did it was really good. And what they did, which I thought was really cool, is any student that had any ideas that was healthy cuisine, they would let you try your recipe, and if it worked, you could put your recipe in the
Oh,
book.
that's cool.
So the fried chicken was one of the students' recipe, and it turned out perfect. And as far as I know, her fried chicken is in
The
the healthy
academic plan now.
the academic plan.
Wow.
So I thought that was real cool, man.
That is cool.
So, but yeah, so I guess they went to Hollandaise. Hollandaise, wow. They couldn't get their butter from. They couldn't produce butter.
Get it imported during the World War.
They couldn't get it imported,
Yeah.
so they got their butter from Holland, and Holland provided their butter.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. And
Look at this.
yeah, he's chilling, man. Like he's comfortable now. So, so when I cook Hollandaise, you say you really don't cook it a lot. I really don't cook it a lot, but I kind of remember the steps.
Oh yeah, I remember the steps.
You remember the steps?
Mm-hmm.
So I know for me, the way that I cooked it, I've always used a thermometer, and the reason why I use a thermometer because, I didn't want the clarified butter to get over 120 degrees.
Okay.
And
That's
I mean,
smart.
I've learned how to cook it without the thermometer, but the reason why I use it is just, I guess, just for me, I guess, or whatever, and also to train people to use a thermometer. It's okay to use a thermometer.
Oh yeah.
I know some chefs don't want you to use a thermometer; they want you to go off feel and stuff like that, right? And look, but I use a thermometer. I don't see nothing wrong with thermometers. People use it.
Yeah.
Definitely use it.
And that whole touching thing, that takes years and years and years of practice to
match.
learn it because
Yep.
the medium and medium rare kind of feel the same.
The same. They're the same.
Yeah, and that's a big difference when you send it out on someone's plate.
Yep. So I stick, and we're gonna have a topic about that, like what is medium rare and what is rare and what is medium, what is well done, and because a lot of you guys out there, when you go to a restaurant, you're not ordering a medium rare or a rare, or you think you're ordering that and you're not. So we're gonna give you guys the information. We're gonna give you guys the actual tips and what to look for in a later podcast. So with Hollandaise, I take the lemon juice, the egg yolk, right?
Uh-huh.
And we use a double boil method, and you whisk it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I look for is the ribbons
Yeah.
inside the sauce.
Yep.
And once you got to aerate it, make sure the air gets into the
Oh, yeah.
egg, right, or into the mixture. And once you start seeing the ribbons in it, you keep going, it'll start becoming silky smooth. But I always, like I said, I always take the temperature.
I've never done that, but that's really smart. I never thought about maybe the butter being too hot.
Yeah, so if the butter's too hot, you're gonna get scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah.
And if the butter's too cold and it's not cooking the egg, you're just serving somebody
Salmonella in a bowl.
salmonella in the bowl, right? So I'm not gonna point any fingers, but
Right.
I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but I knew
I thought
some.
you said that's what the show is about. Let's go
Well,
back to that.
it is, but this person holds a close to my heart.
Heard that.
So I mean, they
So we
wasn't-
can pick and choose people. Do you got
right
that?
there you go. There you go. But it wasn't. They wasn't the only one that's done it. I've seen it done on TV where they'll take a mixer, and they'll throw
in
the
a
ingredient
blender.
in their blender,
I've seen
blend it,
that.
and I'm sitting here like, okay, that's not Hollandaise. To me, that's not Hollandaise. And the reason why I say it's not Hollandaise because you're not putting in the effort to make it. And if you're not putting in the effort to make it, it's not Hollandaise.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. I don't
Okay.
know. What do you think?
So on that note, I've noticed a lot of these kids coming out of culinary school, and I was a kid coming out of culinary school too,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like they've got different methods now. Like the industry is changing so much. Like we're getting away from like Augustin. Oh my goodness, what was his name? Escoffier.
Escoffier, Augustus Escoffier.
Yeah, and like the old methods, and like everything's just turning like so much more modern and fast paced and go, and like I feel like it's less technique.
Yeah, they're
A lot
finding
of less
shortcuts,
technique. Yeah.
which I kind of understand. Some of the shortcuts that they're using, Uh, I think a lot of these restaurants now are becoming like a fast food type thing. Like they want to get the food out faster.
Well, that's what people want nowadays too. They don't understand 5-star and like high class and homemade stuff. It takes some time sometimes.
It's going to take some time, especially if you go to these 5-star restaurants.
Exactly.
Right. So I had one of the who was it? Well, one of my friends, I can't remember his name. It's weird. A friend, I can't remember his name. Not that I can't remember his name. I forgot who I was talking to, and they were under the impression that when you go to a restaurant, they're making your food fresh. And I said, look, man, if you think that rice is made right then, you're probably wrong. Like that rice is probably made today.
Yeah.
And they portion it out.
Right.
And then when it's time for the order, they bring it back. They bring it out with the portion. I mean, that's how we did it. I don't know if that's...
Oh, yeah. There's no way that we could keep up with the flow of people coming into restaurants without hot holding some stuff.
Yeah,
but you do take precautions to keep it out of the temperature danger zone.
Exactly.
Stuff like that, to where it stays at a certain temperature. You change it out.
Exactly.
You flip pans mid-shift.
Yes.
So it's still good and fresh as it was when you first came in there at 11 o'clock when the restaurant opened, but... Yeah, there's no way you can make
especially when
each order.
You go in there, like we used to do an Alfredo. We used to make a big pot Alfredo, and we'll portion it out. And whenever somebody ordered the chicken Alfredo, Cajun Alfredo, we'll just get the sauce, bring it back, add a little cream to it or water or whatever, bring it back, and then that's what we did. Make sure it's salt to taste and whatever.
Yep.
But when I told him that, it blew his mind. He stopped and looked at me. It was like, I was like, yeah, man, like. The only thing that's probably made on the spot is your steak. Yeah. I'm pretty sure your steak is made right then. But your greens, your veggies, your burgers, like your veggies, they probably were pre-cooked and then warmed back up.
Right, blanched.
Yeah, blanched. And your noodles are blanched. They par-cooked your noodles and stuff like that. So everything's prepared to get ready to eat. But anyway, so Hollandaise people... get back on that. Kind of got off topic, but it's all good. Is a really good sauce. I don't know. Can you look up and see what other sauces come with?
Oh, can you make out of Hollandaise?
Hollandaise, because Hollandaise is the mother sauce. It's the Mornay.
A Mornay.
Mornay.
Yeah, it's a Mornay.
And I think you use orange zest for that, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's. I'm pretty sure. Let's give a list of a couple sauces that you can make with Hollandaise. So Hollandaise is a really good sauce, people. If you master it, definitely use it for your eggs Benedict. That's what it's commonly used for eggs Benedict. And eggs Benedict is good. I've never had it till I went to French school, French culinary, and it is one of my favorites. I just don't like making a sauce.
Yeah, it's a lot, man, because you just got to whip. You got to pour that butter so slow. And you got to mix in all that butter while you're stirring before you add more of it, or it can break, and then you just got to start all over.
Then if it breaks, you're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so what other sauces can be made from Hollandaise is a Béarnaise, a Dijon, a Foyat. I don't think I've ever made a Foyat sauce.
I never made a Foyat.
Chiron sauce, never heard of that one. And a Maltese.
Maltese, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maltese.
I've heard of that.
Maltese, I think that's the one with the orange zest.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, people.
Yeah.
Look it up. Challenge me. But I could be wrong. Like, hey, just because I'm a chef doesn't mean we know everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
And I think I've make up my own sauces sometimes at
a
lot of places
that
I've worked at. Yeah. I'll take a basic, roux, add cheese, add cream or water and seasonings, and you just kind of go with the flow. You make your own thing depending on your taste buds and stuff like that.
Yeah, so when the mother sauces don't mean that you're limited to.
Yeah, it's a base.
It's just a base. It's just I gave you guys the history in the first episode. It was just these sauces were pretty much around during the medieval times, and the French, they just perfected it. And they became well known for the sauces. So, so that's Hollandaise. This will give you a real quick clarified butter, lemon juice, That's the sauce that you make with it.
No, you can put a little dash of Dijon mustard in it too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I have to
We've
try
done.
that.
Yeah, we've done that at a couple places. It kind of gives it.
The little.
Yeah, a little kick.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna have
I
to
like
try
adding
that.
that in there.
Okay, so
I've
clarify.
even seen put a dash of Tabasco.
See, that sounds. See, I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
It's kind of like a Cajun Hollandaise.
So yeah. Interesting.
Actually, up the street at oh my God, what is that place where you can watch the airplanes fly in? It's on the little airport out here.
Oh, Black Walnut.
Yes, they've got a Cajun Hollandaise that's awesome.
Really? I'm gonna have to
Yes.
try it. What do you use to hold your hollandaise?
So at a couple places that I've worked at, Bitwater for instance, there is a base that helps hold those sensitive sauces like that you mix in with it while you're making it.
Okay.
That helps hold it for like a certain amount of hours, and then
So-
you have to change it out. I cannot remember what it is.
So Chef JR was actually I'm not gonna say he was the first English chef that came to Lenote and started teaching, but while I was there, he was the first Texas chef there, and he's the one that made the what is it? I can't even think of it. What? Oh man, my mind just went blank.
I don't know. I like that.
He
intro.
man, when you take your duck confit.
Oh.
He actually made duck confit tacos.
Nice.
It was my
Nice.
God, it was so amazing. But anyway, so he showed us a way to hold your hollandaise without adding anything to it. And I was like, okay, what you got? So what he did is he took his rag, his towel, dipped it in the boiling water, right? And then put a top over the double boil and put your towel on top of that and set your hollandaise on top of the towel. It provides just enough heat to hold your hollandaise.
I mean, of course, you've turned the fire off by
yeah,
then.
you turn it down. The water is still hot.
Right. That does make sense.
And it held that hollandaise for about 30-40 minutes, just nice and creamy. I'm like, oh wow. He's like, you don't have to add anything to it. So if you're making that to order, and you can actually hold it for 20-30 minutes.
Nice.
And it stays in the temp that it needs to be.
Right.
So I never tried that in a restaurant, but I think that's good information.
It is good info.
So now we talked about hollandaise. I don't know how we're gonna mix hollandaise with family, but
Family brunch.
family brunch. So I mean, okay. So do
Like when everybody spends the night, like
Yeah.
the day before Christmas, or families coming in town.
I know my
stuff
family
like
don't
that.
know nothing about a hollandaise. if I tell hey, we're gonna have hollandaise, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's a hollandaise?
I mean, it really is one of those things, and not a lot of people make it home.
No,
It's
it's
one of
not.
those things where when you go out, you're like, oh yeah, I'll take some eggs Benedict with some hollandaise sauce.
Right? I would definitely want to go to that restaurant and give me some hollandaise, just a bowl of hollandaise. No, but my family, we're Southern, so
Same.
our palate is not that great. A lot of people, they'll tell you that, oh, we eat Southern food. Now, don't get me wrong, Southern food is good, but Southern food, their palate is not expanded because you're only eating Southern food all year. Right. So I don't know anything that I made hollandaise for somebody and they was like, oh, what the crap is this? Like, you're retarded. That hollandaise is good. That hollandaise is good. But I don't know. Where's your family from?
Well, we grew up in East Texas. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a town that's not so small that someone might know, like
Tyler?
Rusk, Palestine, Tyler.
Tyler. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Taylor or Tyler?
Tyler.
Tyler. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
My
where Jamie
cousin
Foxx
still
is
lives
from.
out there. Really?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is from Tyler, Texas.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Yep. He's from Tyler.
Yeah.
So down here in Texas, man, we don't really we don't really cook the fine dining. It's all Southern food.
I grew up
here.
with a lot of gravy.
A lot of gravy. Definitely a lot of gravy. So so I'm gonna tell you a story about my my grandfather. He used to wake up every morning and get his cup of coffee. And the thing about his cup, it had the coffee stain in the middle on the bottom of his cup. Don't wash out his cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he don't wash. He
Like,
he
could
won't-
you rinse it out?
No,
or
don't
just
rinse it out.
Don't even
You
touch it.
Yeah, don't even. Just
Okay.
pour his coffee in there and drink it. And he'll set it down. Right. So
That's a serious coffee drinker right there.
So he sat outside every morning with his garage door open, for hours out of the day. So one day, so this is a story that my mom's telling me, that she'll come in the house and say, "Hey, Big Mama, what are you cooking? It smells really, really good." And she was like, "Oh, I'm not cooking, Buster cooking." And their response was, "Oh, well, guess we're not eating." And the reason why is because apparently my grandfather used to shoot little chichi birds outside.
Bruh.
And make
What are the chichi birds?
The chichi birds are the little birds that just
like any random bird?
Yeah, just fly around the little brown. I guess they little brown little chichi birds.
Oh no!
And I guess he would sit on his patio and just shoot chichi birds all day. And dude, you'll go in there, he'll have probably possum in the oven. I'm like, man, who eats possum? So yeah, you didn't. If Buster was cooking, Grandpa, love you, R.I.P. He's also was a veteran.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bet he was a good little shot with them chichi birds.
Yeah, apparently, man, imagine the little chichi birds. They're like buffalo wings inside that stew pot, bro. Like when you get
I didn't know there was
like
chicken in this soup.
like when you cook it and render it down, it's probably only but like that big,
Just a
right? So
little
it's like a
bird.
whole buffalo
Just a
wing.
little piece.
So, but yeah, so so that was my little story about old Buster. I don't know. Do you have any
No.
stories?
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna beat Buster today, guys.
Little big Buster. But yeah, so like I said, man, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna do recording about food and family, and family is real important. Friends are also real important, and friends can be family. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Friends are the family you choose.
Exactly. And the thing about friends is that when your family's not there, your friends are there. And my experience is that friends, you definitely should pick and choose your friends, pick wisely, because you could have the bad friends and you could have the good friends. But I don't think bad friends are considered friends. I think they're considered associates.
Yeah.
And they're just in your life
For a brief moment.
right?
If you're smart.
Yeah. Right? But so...
But everybody, I do believe, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Comes into your life for a reason to teach you something.
Exactly.
So, it's either to help you grow, teach you, hey.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Well, Chef John, what do you think about the podcast?
I've had a blast. I can't believe the time's over already.
Yeah, right? And, actually, we're going to...
You just want to keep going? We'll just record for like the week.
Hey, look, so we just recorded only about... It kind of cut off at about 29 minutes. So we got about 30 minutes in. I always wanted to try to keep it between 30 and 45 minutes.
Right.
But today we were just talking about the Hollandaise and how to make it. What does it go good with? Hollandaise goes good. When you make your béarnaise, that goes well with steak.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So you can use that for steak.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the one with the mushrooms?
It's the tarragon, I think.
Oh, tarragon and white wine.
Tarragon and white wine. I think
Shallots.
and the shallot.
Okay.
So, but you can make it and it goes well with steak.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't think there's too many other like demi sauces that goes with Hollandaise. So, just to give you a quick overview, we went over Hollandaise, we went over velouté, we went over sauce tomate or red sauce.
Did you go over the Espanol?
We went over the Espanol.
Espanol.
And with the Espanol, I also went over demi-glace.
Demi-glace.
With that as well. And I'm missing one more. We got velouté.
Demi-glace is something that we made in scratch at like one restaurant that I've worked at.
Really?
And in the culinary school, of course. But a lot of places you can buy demi-glace now because it is so labor intensive and you have to cook it. So, I know.
Man,
they would buy demi-glace in containers.
So there's this is it Hormel? Hormel, I think.
Hormel, maybe?
Hormel.
Okay.
They actually make...
I don't think I've ever heard of Hormel. But I mean, if anybody got a link for that, I'll take it.
Right? The w.hormel.com. Okay, so what is it? How you pronounce it?
Hormel? No, I mean, sorry, you got me stuck. Hormel.
Hormel. So
that's worse.
Yeah, right.
Let me stop.
So they got so when I was working at the test kitchen, they actually had demi glaze in a powder, and it
What?
came in a.
How does that happen?
It came in a carton like that, and when the chef ordered, and I'm a Chef J. I'm gonna put his name out there.
Oh no.
He ordered it. And he was a good guy. He's like, yeah, I got some demi glaze coming. I was like, well, that demi glaze is gonna be like $200-$300. You order that much, and they bring it in. What's the name of the brand?
Hormel. I'm sorry.
They said they.
It's all his fault.
And it was like
If he wouldn't have said Hormel, I would not have started with the Hormel. Sorry.
64 ounces of powder. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, all this is gravy. I'm
Pretty
like,
much. Did it taste like gravy?
No, it did. It tastes horrible.
Ugh.
But he used it in a way that kind of shocked me. And I wasn't. One thing about food, guys, you do what you want with food. Whatever your mind thinks of, you could do with food. But he decided to make a blueberry demi. I wasn't a fan of it, but the other guy who was kind of like my mentor, he also graduated from the Note, and he was eating that stuff like it was pudding.
Really?
And he was like, man, it's so good. But I just, now it was okay.
You said pudding.
Yeah, pudding. Yeah, and I was like, man, is it really that good? He's like, yeah, man, it's great. And he would just sit up there and just eat spoonfuls of it. Yeah. And
from a bag that was powdered.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and don't get me wrong, it was okay, but I couldn't it baffled me to see powdered demi glaze. And all it was they took gravy from a gravy packages from a store, put it in there and put demi across it. But I've seen demi glaze like in a jar. A little bitty like 9-ounce jar, 12-ounce jar was like freaking $45.
Oh yeah,
I'm
totally
like,
believe
oh
that.
no, I guess I will never ever buy or make demi glaze ever again. But what you were saying,
Oh what?
it's very flavorful.
Oh shoot, he scared me.
Yeah, somebody's at the door, buddy. Go get him.
Somebody coming?
Hey, that's our mascot.
Right.
Making sure
Tucker.
nobody comes through the door. Say, what's up, Tucker?
He said, "What's up?"
But-
That's what his voice would sound like if he talked.
Tucker. Hey, Tucker. But yeah, so guys, that's pretty much conclude our first show together.
Whoop whoop.
You know,
Pound
me
it.
and Chef Jam.
This was a blast. I hope y'all enjoyed listening.
I hope you guys definitely enjoy listening. We're gonna chop it up, and we're going to edit it, and hopefully have it to you guys real soon.
I'm excited to listen to it too.
Do you have anything for the people out there? Anything you want the people to know about you? Where can they find you at on your Facebook page?
Oh, I just have a regular Facebook page right now. I am kind of slowly working on trying to get something out there for charcuterie. I'm kind of tossing some names around. I think I'm going to either go with Down Yonder Charcuterie
That's different. That's dope.
or Board Crazy because it comes on boards.
Board crazy. I like the charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
That is dope.
Like
that is,
charcuterie.
that
Because
is
no one can
wordplay.
really say charcuterie.
Yeah. Like, where's your sister sauce?
Yeah, where's your sister sauce? Oh
Where's
my
your
God,
sis-
I
where's-
say it like that too.
Where's your I
Yeah,
say
where's
that
your sister?
whenever we need some where's your sister sauce.
Where's your sister?
But yeah, so definitely check out her page. What's the name of it?
It's still a work in progress.
Well, what's your personal page?
Julie Metter.
Julie
Facebook.
Metter, Facebook. We're going to work on her brand. We're going to give her Facebook page. You can also find her. We're going to put her on to Inside the Lunchbox, so you guys can click on her link there as well. Definitely look forward to her.
And I want to follow you guys too and listen to what you guys have to say and respond and stuff too. So.
Exactly. So, well, I guess we'll be out of here, my people.
We out. We need to get that where like it says we out.
We out. We could definitely do that. We could definitely do that. So we've been drinking beer the whole time. I'm still on beer number 1.
I'm on 3.
I guess I'm babysitting.
He's a babysitter.
Babysitting.
I had one before he got here though. So
Yeah.
anyways,
So guys,
It was a
definitely check us out. Come back. We love you guys. If you find something in a restaurant, try it. Go to a different restaurant and try it out. Let us know what you think. Even give us names of restaurants you want us to try. All right, guys. Love you. We're out.